looks fun, right? Super is. Tons of fun. James and I live in 5 Rank Systems here. Tacoma, Washington. Wanted to talk about something real quick that is somewhat of a minor thing that I see in our industry. These balls are amazing. They let me do stuff. They let me roll, crawl, jump, do all kinds of stuff. What do I mean by that? I can jump safely, right? I can land easy. I use them to help clients learn how to roll, right? Give it a big hug and follow the thing. Don't let go of it. Learn how to roll. It's safe, right? I use it for joint mobility because I can hang out on it and work on not only balance and strength, but range of motion at the same time. These are tons of fun. And what's awesome about it is it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's light, right? I just said 2 of the things that make it a lazy tool for some trainers. It's light and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So they can carry it from station to station and have their client lay on it, sit on it, whatever, and use weights and work out. Maybe they recommend to their client that they go home and buy one and use it as a seat, right? To use it to sit on at home or in their office, right? That's a win. I mean, you're getting fitness, right? You're working your core, quotes, air quotes, core. You're working your core, and you're getting a proprioceptive rich environment, right? Which is a quote that people toss around without, I think, maybe examining the context and idea behind it. And I was that person. Not the carrying it around. I never had people work out on it with the weights. It seems like a bad idea. I mean, if it goes for any reason and they drop a weight on themselves, I'm going to be really sad because now I've got a broken client. They're not going to like me or trust me ever again. And they'll probably stop paying me. And I like whiskey, cigars, steaks, stuff like that, ice cream, paying my rent. So I'm fond of people who pay me. And I don't want to break my clients because I'm fond of my clients. I actually love the people that I work with because they're amazing. My clients are amazing. Not just because they're human beings. Which brings me to something else, right? I sat on one of these balls for a really long time when I worked in an office environment. Sat there and typed away, and got my core work, and good, right? My spine is healthy. I'm avoiding that posterior pelvic tilt that people get and turn into question marks at their desks. No, I'm not a question mark. I'm upright. I am an exclamation point. Right? And I went to a clinic with Z Health Performance Solutions, and somebody said the thing that I just said, that maybe that's not the best idea. What's going on with the ball? And they pointed out that the research that led to exercise professionals, the fitness industry adopting the Physio ball as a tool for exercise, the research that stemmed from was with children who had vestibular system disorders, meaning their inner ear, their balance was a little funky, right? The gyroscope that tells their brain where their body is in space in relation to the horizon line was a little wonky. And by putting them on the ball for 6 months and having them doing very specific things, the children, their vestibular system organized itself a little better, and then they took them off the ball and had them do other things. So we do some muscle testing, and I'm a very skeptical person. I'm like, I don't know, cool, I enjoy it, I like my ball. It's mine. It gives me good feelings. Feelies, right? Those are my feelies. Feelies, yummy, mine. So they say, all right, cool, skepticism's awesome. Let's test it. Test it, assess it, and then move, right? If you're not testing, you're guessing. So we test it. And what's cool is they test big, fat, giant muscle group. And I'm kicking heavy every day. So I know at the time I can pull double body weight from the floor, cold, no warm-up, every day of my life if I walk in the gym. I'm kicking 10 to 15 rounds of Thai pads at least 3 nights a week. I feel pretty confident in the strength of my legs. So they test it, and it's strong. That confirmed, right? Sit on the ball, 30 seconds, have a catch. Tennis ball, back and forth, talking like I am with you now. Hey, how's your day? It's great. Cool. What do you think of this? I think it's weird. Awesome. Cool. Get off the ball. lay on the floor, retest. Dude, what's going on? Really try. Just leg is so weak, I can't keep it up, right? It's never happened to me before. And they're like, performance anxiety, we get it. Let's try again. I'm like, no, man, I swear this never happens to me. And they're like, yeah, it's cool, man. It's not about it. It's okay. It's okay, right? They try to make me feel good about it, which I really appreciate. All right, so then we talk about what happened. And it goes back to, there's a reflex that when any joint, anywhere, any joint, anywhere is impinged, lack of mobility, that lack of mobility will cause a deficit in my body's confidence, my brain's confidence in movement. The outcome of movements now becomes suspect. I may break if I do certain things. So my brain tells my body to not express strength as well, and not be as mobile, and not be as flexible. So I lose flexibility, mobility, and strength. And it also causes, if it keeps going on over the course of an 8-hour day, with a minor break for lunch, maybe my workout. So it also causes a stress response because my brain can't find center. And I'm constantly trying to rearrange my body to adopt. And meanwhile, my balance system's trying to keep me on the horizon line really, really hard, right? And I'm typing. So I'm in a stressful environment, shitty lighting, and people I don't really enjoy being around. Like I wouldn't meet them in a park and be like, hey, let's hang out, right? These are my coworkers. I didn't hate them, well, not all of them, but I didn't really feel fuzzy about them either. They weren't my friends. Some of them, over time, I got to know and became friendly with, but I didn't leave there with a lot of friends. So I'm in a stressful environment, and stress causes some funky reactions in our bodies, things like the stress hormone cascade, which, if you look into what that is pretty interesting, because as soon as it fires, a lot of stuff stops, like digestion, cellular synthesis, cellular turnover and protein synthesis, and digestion, right? That's a drag, because that's going to be hard on the other systems. This is making my life harder. This is no longer helping me. This is now hurting me. If I spend a lot of time on that, I might actually develop some balance problems, because my brain can't organize itself with its body to the horizon. So it's not fitness. It's fun. It's super fun here, or as play every once in a while. Not all the time. I don't want to sit on this thing all day. I want to get on it and play and have a good time. Use my body the way it's supposed to be used. Explore what I personally am capable of that day, pain-free, in a constructive and creative and entertaining way. That sounds fun, right? And that's going to eliminate the chemicals that are generated by the stress hormone cascade. That's going to burn those off so they don't get reabsorbed into my tissue, cause more inflammation, yay, spikes in blood sugar, causing insulin regulation problems, super good. I want to avoid all that stuff, man. I want to burn off those stress hormones, get rid of them. They're not my friends, unless I absolutely need them, which I do occasionally. I don't want to spend my life in a stress, fight or flight response. I want to have a good time, and I want to take as much stress away from myself as possible. I also want to help you take as much stress away from yourself as possible. So, if you find yourself sitting on one of these for 8 hours a day, test it. Test your strength. Sit on the ball for 30 seconds. Play catch. Play catch with a wall if you have to. Test your strength again. If there's a change and it's a negative, maybe consider what I've had to say. Also, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this clip. I know it's 10 minutes and I talk slow and a lot. Cheers.